Well, I'm here between the second and third periods with Dan Anderson, the sports editor of the Hibbing Daily Tribune. And Dan, Jackets came out a little flat in that second period.
Well, Hibbing made a few defensive errors for both goals, really, at the end of the first period. They just didn't cover a man in front. And then the goal that Cloquet got in the second period was essentially a 2-on-1 with the defenseman back checking. The defenseman caught up with one of the forwards, and he stopped skating. And the guy, the trailer on the play, ended up scoring. And you're right, the Lumberjacks really came out and they worked hard, and they outshot us
11 to 8 or something
12,
like
6,
that.
something like that.
6, yeah. It was a fast first period. Dan, you've had a chance to see just about every Jacket game thus far this year. In this Iron Range Conference that the Jackets are, of course, participating in, who's going to be strong besides the Jackets? Who are some of the other teams we should look for?
Well, I'm sure that the next time Hibbing plays Grand Rapids, it'll be over there. It'll be a tight game. It was pretty close enough last time. I think we went into overtime with them. I look for Greenway still to come out at the end of the year. International Falls impressed me. They had some nice players. That Cholden kid picked the defenseman's pocket a couple times, and of course, they were without a sophomore from Indus by the name of Gingerich, who was out for a few weeks with mononucleosis, so they're going to come along. Chisholm Cook has a pretty decent team. They're going to knock some people off, and Eveleth has been a bit of a surprise, knocking Falls off last Friday night.
There's been a lot of talk at the beginning of the season about the Hibbing defense. They've been steady. They haven't been spectacular. They've been steady thus far this year. Is that the surprise on this Hibbing hockey team this year?
Actually, I think that they have more ability than they're showing. They make some good plays, and then they make some bonehead plays. And the trouble with having that on defense is they stick out like a sore thumb. And when they do make mistakes, it's very evident. If a forward makes mistakes, sometimes you don't notice it quite as much as a defenseman.
Well, Dan, you're also coaching Bantams. How's that Bantam B team look this year?
Starting to come. We had a good weekend last weekend. We won a game up the Falls 5-2 on Saturday, and then we won real close one with Babbitt at home on Sunday. That's 3 in a row for us. It gave us a 7-7 record, so we're kind of happy with being at 500.
Now, as a Bantam hockey player, they'll play about 40 games a year, will they not, in this area?
In our B program, more like 35 or so. The A team might play a little bit more. Depends on how far you go in tournaments, how far you go postseason play. You could play up to 40 at the A level, maybe 35 at the B level.
If you had to be pinned down to make a prediction right now, who will win this IRC conference? Do you have any predictions to give us?
Well, I think Hibbing has a leg up on most everybody else, and they have to be the favorite to win. However, if you look at the loss column, there are a lot of teams like the Falls only has 2 losses. Really, the question is who's going to come out of this thing in Section 7.
I think when you get to the Final Four, you pick or throw them in a hat and pick a winner. Is that how it's going to turn out? Well, Dan, thanks for coming by. You're doing an excellent job again this year on your sports coverage. I know you're a busy man, and appreciate you taking some time out to speak with us. Third period action in a 2-2 hockey game is coming right up.